I kept my $35,000 monthly income hidden from my son. Daniel grew up thinking we survived on essentials alone. When he asked me to join him for dinner with his girlfriend's family, I chose my most unassuming outfit: worn denim pants, a basic cotton shirt, and battered loafers past their prime. My black hair, threaded with silver, was tied in a straightforward knot, and my only accessory was my wedding ring. With 3 decades in a top corporate role, I understood how looks could be used strategically. This evening, I was running a test on society. "Mom, is that really your outfit?" Daniel questioned as he collected me from my simple 2-room flat in Queens. My lavish multi-million-dollar home in Manhattan stayed our private matter. He thought it was just a company-provided spot for late nights at the office. What's the issue with my appearance? I tugged at my shirt, pretending unease. Nothing at all. You look good. It's only that Daniel paused, his gentle eyes, so reminiscent of his dad's, showing his worry. The Blackwells tend to be quite proper, and the place is really high-end. I see. I dipped my head, hiding a grin. If he only realized I held stock in Rossi's, the fancy spot for our gathering, or that Giovanni, the renowned chef who owned it, had sought my funding 15 years back when banks turned him down. I could switch outfits if you want. No, that's okay. Daniel quickly retreated, always the thoughtful child. You're perfect. I'm simply anxious. This means a lot to me. I truly care for Camila. I grasped his hand. Then she'll have my affection as well. On the cab trip to Manhattan, Daniel filled me in on the Blackwells. Facts I already possessed, thanks to a quiet investigation I'd done when he first brought up Camila's last name. Victor Blackwell, a finance leader from established Boston wealth, educated at Yale. Margaret Blackwell, a society figure involved in various cultural groups, a Vassar graduate. Their child Camila had defied the family's money-focused path to become an art curator. That single fact sparked my optimism for the meal. They're decent folks, Daniel stressed, but his tight jaw hinted differently, just old-fashioned. Meaning, snobbish, status-obsessed, and likely prejudiced, particularly against a 58-year-old Latina they'd assume worked as a maid or store clerk. I'd encountered their kind repeatedly during my climb up the business ladder over 30 years. They often requested I get them drinks and conferences until they learned I controlled their huge funding approvals. "I'm certain we'll connect splendidly," I fibbed, tapping his hand. Rossi's filled the full upper level of a restored historic structure in Tribeca. The host Paolo, familiar with me but told to act normally tonight, eyed my clothing with brief puzzlement before verifying the booking. "Yes, the Blackwell Group. Follow me." I noticed his quick wink while he guided us across the softly illuminated space with its stunning city vistas, patrons at nearby spots turning heads, not at me, but at my attractive son in his custom suit. Daniel had gotten his father's stature and my facial structure, a mix that drew attention everywhere. The Blackwells sat already at a prime spot, but not the absolute best, which stayed reserved forever in my name. Victor rose rigidly as we neared, his grin failing to touch his gaze. Margaret stayed in her chair, appraising me through squinted eyes, noting my plain attire and sensible footwear. But Camila stood right away with a sincere grin that brightened her fine features. "Mrs. Rivera, it's wonderful to meet you at last." She hugged me closely, disregarding her mom's disapproving tight lips. "Call me Martina," I answered, hugging back. Her honesty was clear, and I experienced relief for Daniel's benefit. "Mom, Dad, meet Daniel's mom, Martina Rivera," Camila said as we sat down. "Victor Blackwell." Her dad gave a weak handshake, his eyes already wandering beyond me to spot more notable figures in the room. "And my spouse, Margaret." Margaret gave a chilly nod. "Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mrs. Rivera. Daniel has shared so little about you." Her stress on little lingered like a dare. "Please, Martina works." I grinned. "And I'm positive you've been too occupied talking about your intriguing lives to focus on mine." A waiter showed up with bubbly. "On the house," he stated, filling 4 flutes. Victor sat taller, preening a bit. "They probably know me from that Bloomberg piece last week." I concealed my grin under a menu. The bubbly was really my standard request for any spot I occupied, but I held back on playing that hand yet. "So, Mrs. Rivera, Margaret started once the waiter left. Daniel said you have a job and what was it, honey? She aimed this at my son, obviously thinking I couldn't speak for myself. Mom handles corporate money matters, Daniel responded. She's stayed with the firm since prior to my birth. How charming, Margaret noted. Dedication to one employer is uncommon now. What role do you have? I oversee funds, I answered broadly, tasting my bubbly, a year I'd chosen myself for Rossi's list the prior season. Office tasks, Margaret pushed, her grin pointed. Along those lines. I matched her grin with similar edge. Victor shifted to Daniel, basically ignoring me. Camila says you instruct literature at City College. Curious pick. I've long felt elite schools provide better chances, but public teaching is admirable labor, I guess. The patronizing note made Daniel's jaw clench, but he answered courteously. In fact, I find guiding first-time college attendees hugely fulfilling. Lots of my pupils are pioneers in their households for advanced learning. Like you were a pioneer in yours, I bet, Margaret cut in, eyeing me with scarcely hidden scorn. Before I could reply, Camila stepped in. Daniel's thesis on migrant stories in American Lit after the war got printed in 3 key scholarly publications. Mom, his department head thinks he'll earn tenure in under 5 years. Tenure at a state school, Victor pondered, twirling his bubbly. Well, stability matters, though the pay cap is pretty modest. The talk went on like this during starters, sly and overt jabs at Daniel's profession, inquiries about my past posed as harmless interest, but meant to underscore my supposed lack of schooling and refinement. And where were you raised? Mrs. Rivera, Margaret inquired as main courses came. Your speech hints at someplace southern. Puerto Rico, I answered. San Juan. She bobbed her head wisely. And when did you come to the U.S.? I was born an American, Mrs. Blackwell, I noted gently. Puerto Rico belongs to the United States. Color rose on her throat. Naturally. I only meant when you relocated to the continent? I went to MIT at 17, I stated, observing her face stiffen. With aid, MIT, Victor echoed, abruptly attentive. Engineering, computing, and money systems, I affirmed. It was fresh then. A glint appeared in Victor's gaze. Maybe a reevaluation, but not sufficient to alter his general view. After all, many smart ladies wound up in support jobs, especially minority women in the 80s. And your deceased spouse? Margaret changed tack, evidently seeking more leverage. Daniel said he died when your boy was small. He taught at Columbia, I stated plainly, sensing the usual twinge at Miguel's name. Philosophy department. How did you cope as a lone parent? She probed. It had to be tough with your restricted means. Daniel stiffened next to me, but I laid a soothing hand on his limb. I'd anticipated this chance. We got through it, I stated with poise. Daniel always had what counted. Margaret's grin grew victorious, as if I'd verified her ideas about our money troubles. Victor had tuned out once more, surveying the room until he spotted a notable gentleman heading to the reserved area. Isn't that Giovanni Rossi in person? He whispered to Margaret. I've sought a meeting for ages. His funding circle is incredibly selective. Maybe send a beverage, Margaret proposed. Forge a link. I glanced at my timepiece. The opening phase of my modest society test was done. Time for the key part. Right on schedule, my cell rang. Pardon me, I said, looking at the display. I ought to answer this. Margaret's mouth compressed in censure at this manner slip, but I was already standing. Sure, Mom, Daniel said encouragingly. No rush. I moved from the table, but stayed close enough to be heard on purpose. When assessing character, controlling every factor is key. Rivera, I responded sharply, using my business voice, one Daniel had never witnessed. The caller was my real aide, Sophia, dialing as planned. This wasn't total fakery. The details were true, just scheduled for biggest effect. Yes, I grasped the director's worries, I stated, my words traveling just far enough to our spot. 30 million represents major risk, but I think the danger level is controllable. I peeked back to notice Victor's head angle a bit my way, his finance senses alert at the big number. Inform Richardson I'll examine the asset distribution myself prior to approval, I went on. European exchanges are too unstable currently to act without solid safeguards. Margaret was outright gazing now, bewilderment muddling her look as she struggled to match this talk with the basic admin she pictured me as. Yes, I'll reach the London branch Tuesday for the combination reveal. Prep the plane for 9. I stopped for impact and shift the Goldman Sachs session. Let them know I'll give only 30 minutes. Their recent offer didn't merit more. Now, both Blackwells sat rigid, swapping looks blending confusion with growing worry. Camila seemed baffled, while Daniel looked utterly stunned, his utensil paused midair. I wrapped the call and went back, resuming my seat like all was normal. Regret that, I said calmly, lifting my utensil. Work ignores meal times. That appeared crucial, Victor tried, eyeing me with fresh focus. I lifted a shoulder. Quarter-end tweaks. Can hold till morning. Did you mention a combination reveal? He urged, money interest overriding his prior disregard. Victor, Margaret cautioned, detecting possible shame. I grinned nicely. Standard dealings at Goldman Sachs. Victor persisted, overlooking his wife's alert stare. Among others, I answered loosely, facing Camila. This sea bass is superb. Is Giovanni sourcing from that Chilean provider I suggested? You know Chef Rossi? Margaret broke in, her pitch elevated. Before I could speak, Daniel spoke up. Mom, what about a plane? Firm travel? I said, tapping his hand calmly. Quicker than regular flights when deadlines press. Victor bent ahead, adjustment clear in his posture. Mrs. Rivera, which firm did you mention? I didn't, I answered, sipping wine deliberately. Uneasy quiet blanketed the table, interrupted solely by the waiter clearing main plates. Margaret, seeking to steady her social position, steered talk to neutral ground. Camila says you reside in Queens, Mrs. Rivera. Such a varied neighborhood. Her tone made varied sound like a spreadable illness. I maintain a unit there, I admitted. Handy for trips to Daniel's beloved kid eateries, but I pass most evenings at my Manhattan spot. You keep 2 homes on an admin wage. Margaret couldn't stop, doubt seeping past her fake grin. Daniel appeared more puzzled. Mom, what's happening? I took his hand. Sorry for the mix-up, Mijo. I haven't been fully open about my job setup. What your mom intends, Victor inserted with sudden esteem, is she seems higher up at her firm than we grasped. Margaret glared at her husband, annoyed by his fawning manner. In truth, I said steadily, I don't serve the firm. I created it. Daniel's eyes grew large. You did what? Rivera Financial Systems, I explained. I launched it 30 years past, soon after your birth. Victor almost gagged on his wine. Rivera Financial, the algo trading setup. That's a multi-billion outfit. 7.3 billion last assessment, I verified. But apt to rise post-London news. Quiet fell once more, this time deep. Daniel gazed at me like an unknown person. Camila's look mixed shock with a sort of justification. Margaret seemed to have ingested acid, while Victor's expression twisted between humiliation and scheming chance. But why? Daniel started, grappling with the disclosure. Why the Queen's flat? Why the old Toyota? Why make me think we scraped by? Principles, I stated plainly. Your dad and I decided pre-birth. We aimed for you to grasp value past cash. To spot advantage without it shaping you. So those instances you claimed we couldn't buy stuff were decisions, not constraints, I completed for him. I desired you to prize learning for wisdom, not status. To pick jobs for meaning, not fame, to evaluate folks by traits, not wealth. My gaze shifted pointedly to the Blackwells. Margaret blushed decently, though Victor was swiftly plotting paths, his shame yielding to prospect. Intriguing outlook, he said with false warmth that missed his eyes. I've forever thought personal growth is vital no matter money status. Camila huffed quietly, drawing a stern glance from her mom. Truly, Dad? She questioned. Is that why you labeled Daniel's job acute misuse of talent last week? Camila? Margaret snapped. No, Mom. I've heard you two belittle Daniel's roots since we dated. You've presumed things about his mom that were wrong and profoundly rude. I sensed admiration for this lady, who obviously possessed more backbone than her refined look implied. It's fine, I told her. Initial views can mislead. That's why I value watching people when they think they hold advantage. It shows personality much better than when they aim to dazzle. Victor's grin strained. A smart society trial, Mrs. Rivera. Martina, please. I fixed him. After all, we're nearly kin now. The strain at the spot was thick when a stir by the door caught our notice. The place had gone oddly still as a notable man with graying hair moved through the area. Giovanni Rossi himself advanced straight to our spot, beaming at me. Martina, my dear friend. Giovanni's words echoed as he neared with open arms. Why no word you dine tonight? I stood for his lively hug, the usual Italian pecks on cheeks. I sought a calm family meal, Gio. No bother. No bother for you? Impossible. He kept me at distance, his well-known face lined with real fondness. Jeans in my place. What's this? Some secret operation? From my side view, I saw Margaret Blackwell's face swing between astonishment and plotting. Victor resembled a parched traveler finding oasis. Sort of, I conceded with a tiny grin. Giovanni, meet my son, Daniel. Giovanni aimed his bright charm at Daniel, who rose to grip his hand, seeming overwhelmed. Your son, goodness, he is Miguel's build and your gaze. Last I saw him, he was a kid at your husband's service. Giovanni held Daniel's hand in his pair. Your mom mentions you endlessly. The teacher who transforms lives, she claims. Daniel's gaze flicked to me. Surprise and a touch of amazement on his face. She discusses you constantly, Giovanni confirmed. Now, who else is here? My partner, Camila Blackwell, Daniel presented, steadying himself. And her folks, Victor and Margaret Blackwell. Giovanni dipped his head kindly to Camila before fixing on the Blackwells. I saw the faint change in his manner, warmth dropping to pro-politeness. Giovanni had sharp recall for faces and names, especially in NYC elite groups. He knew them precisely. Mr. and Mrs. Blackwell, he noted with a minor head bow. I hope your night is pleasant. Utterly splendid, Victor effused, offering his hand. I've tried reserving here for months. Your food vision is unmatched. Giovanni took the shake shortly. Thanks. But had I known you dined with Martina, I'd have set up extras. He faced me again. Your regular spot was free. Paolo should have shifted you at once. I asked him specifically not to, I clarified. We're marking Daniel and Camila tonight. Not deals. Fresh romance. Giovanni glowed at the pair. Then permit me to provide a unique suite, gratis naturally. You're overly kind as usual, I said. For you? Never sufficient. He touched my shoulder fondly. Still set for Sunday meal? Yes. Daniel and Camila come this time. Splendid. I'll fetch that 82 Barolo we've held. Daniel, your mom has run Sunday meals at her top-floor home for our small crew for how long? 20 years. Holy custom. Her top-floor home. Daniel restated weakly. I gave Giovanni a glance saying he spilled too much. I erred. Giovanni looked among us, grasping his slip. It's okay, Gio, I told him. We're in a reveal night, apparently. Then I'll toss one more. He chose with a dramatic wave. The true cause I came, the funders meet next week. Need your last word on Parasite. The venue won't linger. Victor Blackwell leaned in a tad. Parasite. Giovanni bobbed absently. Focus on me. The growth. 3 added Rossis in Europe next year. If my associate approves funds. He eyed the Blackwells secondarily. Martina funded first when no one backed a fiery cook with grand plans and no backing. Now she holds 40% of the chain. Margaret's bubbly flute stopped mid-lift. 35%. I amended. I demanded you keep main share. Details. Giovanni dismissed with a hand. Key is without you. No Rossi's Realm, no Star Awards, no premium line in top shops across America. He checked time. Must head to kitchen. But linger for sweets and post-meal sips. Whatever you desire. My treat tonight. No way. I opposed. Last you claimed that, you blocked my payment for 3 months. I'm covering the meal, Gio. He chuckled. We'll debate later as ever. With one more fond press of my shoulder, Giovanni bowed politely to the others. Delight meeting you. Daniel, come home. Take him to kitchen pre-depart, Martina. Got new truffle items he needs to sample. As Giovanni left, Heavy quiet covered our spot. Daniel eyed me like an outsider, while Camila held back a grin. The Blackwells seemed thunderstruck, dazed, confused, and slightly scorched. "You," Victor uttered at last. "You're Giovanni Rossi's associate." I sipped wine. "Among investments, yes." "And you host Sunday meals at a top-floor spot?" Margaret's voice rose higher. "In Tribeca," I verified. "Nothing lavish. Just a venue for pals." "Pals like Giovanni Rossi," Victor specified, eyes scheming fast. "And some others, mainly folks from start times when we all fought for dreams." I faced Daniel. "You've encountered some through years, though I called them job mates, like Uncle James." Daniel queried, awareness growing. "The man who aided my school apps always gave books?" I agreed. "James Chin leads biggest tech fund firm in Valley now. And Aunt Rosa, who showed me Paya making, began as my top aide. Now she's COO at Rivera Financial." Daniel shook head amazed. "All along I figured we barely managed. That you toiled at some finance place in rear office, which is what I aimed for you to assume." I described softly. "Your dad and I resolved pre-you that we wouldn't let riches shape your growth." Miguel raised affluent in Madrid and saw it twist his peers' views. "We sought different for you. So Queen's Flat is truly mine." I matured their post-San Juan move. Kept it as reminder of origins. I grinned at him, and since New York's top empanadas remain at Dona Carmen's nearby. Victor coughed, recovered from first jolt. "Martina, if allowed, I didn't realize we dined with such skilled entrepreneur. Your rise tale must be amazing." The switch was so obvious, I nearly respected his quick rebound. "Nearly. Rather ordinary, truly," I answered calmly. "Just hard effort and luck. Yet you minimize your wins." Margaret's note implied this idea was alien to her outlook. "I prize privacy." I stated plainly, "and folks act truer when unaware of your assets." My eyes met hers straight, the hint dangling like a charge. The waiter brought sweet lists, easing strain briefly. As others scanned choices, Camila bent to me. "Thanks," she murmured. "For what, child?" Her gaze flicked to her folks, then me. "For displaying your true self and for nurturing a son who didn't require knowing." Sweets came with Giovanni's signature drama. Servers marching ornate treats not on standard list. My preferred dulce de leche souffle with gold flecks. Daniel's kid love for cocoa as a structural wonder and custom makes for Camila and parents that I guessed Giovanni improvised post-meet. "Mom," Daniel whispered as servers went. "I feel unfamiliar with you." The rawness in his tone pained my heart. This uncover wasn't to wound him. "You know the vital parts," I promised, taking his hand. "My beliefs, my care for you, the teachings I aim to impart, the cash, it's merely a means, not who I am. But your entire existence, this hidden profession, these powerful contacts, weren't key to fostering a kind, diligent son who prizes people for essence, not possessions." I pressed his fingers. "Would you have evolved differently raised in luxury with these?" "Likely," he conceded. "But still, forgive me for butting in." Victor slid in slickly, regained composure and eager to end our private exchange. "But I think I recall your name from Financial Times feature last year." Rivera Financial Systems led the algo trading tool now managing what? 30% of NASDAQ daily flow. 28% I fixed, though we've spread to cyber protection and chain tech now. Margaret bent ahead. Social chance overriding her past contempt. "You have to share how you achieved it." "Rising from, well, modest starts. A real U.S. success narrative." The superiority lingered in her voice somewhat. "Modest starts, code for my migrant roots." But now mixed with probing curiosity. I was no more the labor class mom of her girls' poor match pick. I was a link to nurture. "Actually," I said, nibbling my souffle deliberately, "I'd prefer hearing about Camila's fresh show." Daniel noted she's organizing one on rising Latin artists. Camila lit up. "Yes, launches next month at Rivera Gallery." She halted abruptly, eyes expanding as she linked it. "Wait, the Rivera Gallery in Chelsea? Named for my late spouse?" I affirmed. "Miguel backed overlooked creators. I founded the spot to honor him. The Rivera Gallery belongs to you." Camila appeared shocked. "That's NYC's top venue for Latin art." "You omitted your partner curates there," I told Daniel, truly startled. I was unaware, he answered, seeming dazed. The Rivera link never clicked for me. Margaret's face cycled through complex looks in this talk, landing on alarm-like. Camila, dear, you never said your gallery tied to Daniel's kin. I didn't know, Mom, Camila answered, a note of triumph in her words. What a coincidence, right, Victor? Ever the planner adjusted his tactic. Martina, I sit on boards for arts groups. Maybe discuss joint efforts between our funds. I didn't know you ran a fund, Mr. Blackwell. Well, not officially yet, but we give generously to arts. How kind, I whispered, aware from my checks that Blackwell's donations were bare minimum for their aimed circles. We're keen on Metropolitan's fresh edition, Margaret added. The group is picky, but with your ties, the Native Americas edition, I cut in. Yes, I know the effort. I think they set major givers already. What I omitted was my quiet 30% funding under rule that Native experts control curation, a point that bugged some legacy families seeking name rights Sand-style yield. Margaret's grin stiffened. You appear quite knowledgeable. Mom's on Met board, Daniel stated suddenly. Or someone Rivera is. Saw it in yearly report researching a piece. He faced me. You, right? I agreed, seeing understanding bloom as scattered clues formed full image. The Queen's Kids Reading Scheme, the aid fund at my school, the unnamed giver saving arts hub. Each query sped up. We can cover this later, I proposed softly, mindful of Blackwell's rising unease realizing their full misjudge of play. I think it's great, Camila stated, grasping my hand over table. All the positive you've done staying hidden. So unlike, she stopped, guilty glance at parents. From howsome handle giving. I ended for her as a status ladder, not duty. Victor coughed. Varied methods serve varied aims. True, I concurred. Effect versus appearance always balances. The subtle jab lingered like haze. Margaret's bubbly glass clinked hard as she placed it firmly. Well, she said with fragile cheer, this night has been enlightening. Victor, didn't you wish to chat Chef Rossi Prelieve about that benefit meal? Yes, sure. Victor grabbed the out, scanning for Giovanni. Maybe we should. Oh, he's likely tied in kitchen, I inserted evenly. But I'd gladly set a meet if you want Rossi's to handle an occasion. He usually limits to set charity allies. But as Daniel's future kin, the hint of deep bond between our kids was intentional. A gentle push to gauge response post-power flip. Margaret nearly coughed. Future kin? They've dated just 6 months. Mom? Camila objected, reddening. I merely meant, Margaret retreated. It's early, though we adored Daniel. How fast that adoration grew, I noted calmly. Daniel hid a grin with cough, while Camila seemed split between shame and respect. Maybe order coffee, I offered, waving a waiter. And Daniel, you haven't shared how you met. I'd enjoy the tale from you both. As Daniel and Camila described meeting at EcoChange event, he spoke on greenlit. She set up linked art display. I observed Blackwell's swap looks. They were rethinking, reevaluating, reshaping their meal tactic in me. But too tardy. I'd witnessed their real selves thinking I offered nil. No retreat erased those raw first responses. Coffee came, and with it a tiny envelope from Paolo personally. From Chef Rossi, he said with bow. I opened to see handwritten words. Kitchen visit. When ready. And Martina, their faces realizing who you are, invaluable, worth our full stake. Gee, I folded note away smiling small. The evening far from done, I held some plays. Giovanni offers kitchen tour, I declared, pocketing note. Quite a privilege. He seldom permits during hours. Victor brightened instantly. Everyone? Note suggests, I answered, though not. Shall we? As we stood, I saw Margaret slyly check mirror, fixing perfect hair. Victor adjusted fancy tie. Their manner change to me was expected and mildly funny, like veins turning in wind shift. Paolo led through dining area, past NYC power spots, who nodded honor as I went. A noted movie maker lifted glass silent. The town's top mag head grinned warm. A tech tycoon rose to peck cheek and murmur, call on foundation plan, Martina. I sensed Daniel's curious stare, but proceeded. The slow uncover of my true world spot clearly threw him, but I hoped he grasped why I concealed so long. achievement alters views, often worse. The kitchen was shining steel temple and ordered frenzy. Cooks shifted with dance accuracy, barking commands in brisk high-end shorthand. Warmth and scents wrapped us: saffron, truffle, sugared burn, wine reduce. Martina, Giovanni shouted, arms spread nearing. Welcome to my realm. Lovely as ever, Gio, I answered, taking another lively hug. The crew shines tonight. Only top for my backers, he winked. Come, view new bake area you okayed in recent budget. Victor positioned nearer. Chef Rossi, must say, what remarkable setup you've made. My group often guides eatery chains on growth plans, and your system is prime example. Giovanni eyed him with courteous boredom of man fielding endless similar pitches. Kind words, secret is quality watch and devoted staff. He faced Daniel and Camila, the new pair. Come witness magic spot. As Giovanni guided to bake zone, a graceful elder lady left small back office. In spotless whites with 3 stars on collar. She headed straight to me. Martina, nobody. Said you'd visit tonight. Her Italian tone stronger than Giovanni's, silver hair in strict knot. Sophia, I hugged her close. Last second idea. Recall my son, Daniel? Sophia smiled at Daniel. Certainly, the instructor. How's the book? Daniel looked confused. Book? Your eco-lit essay set? Sophia urged. Your mom said a publisher showed interest. I haven't shared that yet, Daniel said slow, turning to me questioning. I shrugged light. I have ways. Your mom beams pride, Sophia told him. Now these others? I did intros. Sophia Rossi, Giovanni's mom and first food master of Rossi's. Sophia, this is Camila Blackwell, Daniel's partner and parents, Victor and Margaret. Sophia judged them with wise eye of survivor of conflict, move, and male food world. Her stare stayed on Margaret's label clothes and Victor's costly watch. The art organizer, she told Camila, skipping parents. Your show on Mexican women surrealists was superb. Such insights so young. Camila colored pleased. You viewed my show? Martina brought me. We back rising organizers with real views. Sophia hooked arm in mine with old pals. Martina and I get being undervalued, overlooked for speech, roots, sex. Why we aid young gifts like you? Margaret advanced, set not to be edged. Mrs. Rossi, your boy's place is remarkable. We're in elite dine clubs in Boston, and nothing matches. Sophia's grin missed eyes. Nice for you, Giovanni returned, holding plates of item making even vets pause watch. My latest test, he declared, giving first bite to me. Black truffle souffle with gold mix glaze. Not listed yet. Still refining for James' Beard event next month. I bit and shut eyes, tasting flavor burst. Divine Geo, but maybe less vanilla in glaze. It fights truffle's soil taste. He clicked fingers. Precisely my thought. Sophia sample. His mom tasted and agreed. Martina correct. Always on tastes. This one could have been chef not money whiz. I yield food whiz to you pair. I chuckled. I supply funds and taste, Giovanni stressed. Recall you pushed risotto change? All thought mad to heat investor on cook, but right. Victor eyed this with rising curiosity, clearly rejudging my Rossi tie. No mere backer, but inner group, a value in NYC status gold. Martina, he tried. Maybe introduce us to Chef Rossi's wine expert sometime. Margaret and I grow our wine set and pro advice priceless. Before reply, young aide near Giovanni with pressing VIP order query. He left, and Sophia trailed after knowing glance saying she got Blackwell game. Alone briefly with family, Daniel faced me. Mom, he said soft. These folks know my life more than I knew yours. The pain clear. Only highlights, me Joe, I promised. Proud mom shares to close pals. Never our privates. But why secrecy, split lives, acting lesser? I weighed answer, knowing Blackwell's heard despite faking kitchen admire. When your dad passed, I started. Our fuss was lifting off. Suddenly lone mom with toddler and demanding firm. I saw other top folks' kids turn spoiled, shaped by parent cash, not own traits. I brushed his cheek soft. Miguel and I agreed if success came, wouldn't alter child raise. Post him. That vow grew vital. I wanted you as man he'd admire, valuing labor, compassion, honor over rank or goods. But Queen's flat budget talks, making me job summers when you could have supplied all, I ended. And what teaching then? That you merited more than peers just by mom. Camila spoke sudden. She's correct, Daniel. See me how I battled parent hopes to do real work, not manage kin funds or wed tactic. Margaret made offended noise, but no deny. Your mom gave you more precious than riches, Camila went on. She gave self-form sans privilege load. Daniel quiet moment, absorbing. The school aid fund aiding half my class. Yours, right? I agreed. School changed me. Wanted to give back. And my teach grant, appearing when department funds dropped. Maybe phoned, I owned, but you won spot on skill, Daniel. I just insured cash there. Giovanni back, hands clap. Now real gift, wine vault. Victor, you noted fine wines. As we trailed to hidden lift, I felt Daniel's hand hold me back light. Still absorbing, he said quiet. But I get why. Forgive deception? I asked, suddenly open. His look softened. Nothing to forgive, Mom, but thousand queries. I grinned, relief flooding. And I'll cover all starting brunch tomorrow at my real spot if you want view. I'd want that, he said, adding with Dad's dry wit hint. If you cover. Seems I was wrong on our money state. First that night, I laughed free, sound ringing Giovanni's shiny kitchen like free. The lift dropped quiet, taking group below busy place to Rossi's famed wine vault, temp-controlled haven with over 10,000 bottles, seldom shown regular guests. As doors parted, Blackwell's gasped aloud, lit soft, vault extended like vine worship church. Ceiling high racks of bottles from all top wine areas, sorted by nation, zone, plot, year. Center was long-shown table from reused Italian oak casks ringed by 12 leather seats. My treasure, Giovanni declared, leading in. Martina aided design in first growth. Idea all Giovanni, I deferred. I just noted private taste area gains from sound setup for tunes. Wine and song share traits. Victor went straight to closest rack, eyes wide at Chateau Row. 1982 and 1961? Sharp eye, Giovanni praised. 61 superb, though I favor 59 Sutler End. Margaret floated to bubbly area, fingers near bottles likely costing more than most rent. Do you do private tastes for choice clients? Stress on choice clear. Angling exclusive entry. Only for backers and close pals, Giovanni answered, watching response. Martina holds blind taste region record. 27 straight right, vineyard specific for 15. You never said wine expert, Margaret told me, unable mask shock. Lots I omitted, I answered calm. Daniel checked separate area with bottles and glass cases. These, he asked. Giovanni beamed. Exhibit items, history vintages we keep not drink. That 1945 Roman Conti saved from Nazi set post-war. The 1856 Madeira lived San Franquake. And this, he pointed dusty bottle hand label, pressed by my great-granddad in Tuscany pre-family move. Captivating, Camila sighed, valuing history past cash. Giovanni led to taste table where server quiet appeared with 5 crystal glasses and breathing bottle and pour. Special pick tonight, Giovanni explained, nodding pour. From my reserve, not even place list. Deep red fluid gleamed dim light filling glasses. Victor bent eager while Margaret posed prominent as if camera might snap her in elite scene. A 1996 Vega Sicilia Unico. Giovanni named Spanish, not Italian. Nod to Miguel's land. I felt emotion rush at thoughtful nod to late husband. Giovanni lifted glass. To Miguel Rivera, thinker, helper, man smart to wed Martina. We miss him at Sunday meals. To Miguel, I echoed quiet, clinking his. All sipped, but I noted Daniel's eyes shine lower in glass. He was 3 at Dad's death, too small for own memories. Each Miguel mentioned treasured, piece in self-puzzle. This remarkable, Victor stated, eyeing wine fresh respect. Layers, harmony. Miguel found this plot pre-global fame, I described. We toured honeymoon. He always spotted beauty and ignored spots. Like queens, Daniel offered small grin. Just like queens, I affirmed, grinning back. Your dad thought realness thrived more in unpretentious places. Margaret fidgeted, sensing jab. On ignored gems, Giovanni inserted smooth. Martina, shared your fund's new plan? I gave look. He knew I hadn't. Which? I asked, wary. The first-gen college link, Giovanni prompted. Daniel should care given teach focus. Daniel faced me. What's this? I sighed, spotting Giovanni's not subtle bid to show more gap between my low profile and private giving. New setup giving full aid to first-gen students, I described. Past scholarships, home help, tech, interview outfits, health cover, mentor nets. Testing at 5 schools next fall. Amazing, Daniel said. We've sought similar department funds years. Admin claims no cash. Which schools pilot? Camila asked. CUNY, Cal State, Howard, UT Austin, Northeastern, I answered, watching Victor and Margaret glance at noted Boston school where Blackwell name on small build. Northeastern on our giver list too, Victor said, trying common base. Maybe coordinate gifts for bigger effect. Giovanni hid grin. Knowing Blackwell's gives nominal versus my fund endowment. Program funded full first 5 years, I described. But open to allies sharing education Fairview. Education fair. Yes, totally, Victor agreed quick, though unsure note hinted not core to his giving. Margaret, sensing depth out, tried redirect. Giovanni, this vault ideal for private fundraiser. Host charity events here? Sometimes, Giovanni admitted. For heart causes. Our arts fund plans gala spring, she pressed on. Perhaps, Mom, Camila cut, patience thin. Not make every talk network chance? Here is Daniel's kin, not gain social edges. Awkward quiet over table. Victor mild shame, Margaret shocked at daughter's scold. I just thought, Margaret began rigid. Given shared giving interests, is giving when may name society page photo? Camila challenged, frustration years clear. When event success by attendees not achievement. Camila, Victor warned. No, Dad. Watched this lifelong. The plotting, placing, using folks for links, she faced me. Sorry, Mrs. Rivera. Why I drew to Daniel meet. His true zeal for work, students, no fake. Traits now see from you. Her blunt words lingered. Daniel took her hand, pride clear. No sorry needed, I told her. Realness always uneasy for unused. Giovanni, sensing strain, stood smooth. Maybe back up for digests. Got 20-year grappa pairs great with deep thoughts. This ease strain bit, drawing small laugh from Daniel and Camila. As we headed lift, Margaret pulled back, arm in Victor's with habit move of pair used united show. In tight lift, I studied their mirror faces in shine door, plotting, rejudge, growing grasp this night, altered control they expected. When doors opened main level, Giovanni's host waited message. Mrs. Rivera, Tokyo call set for 11 p.m. arrange car to home office? Another bit my split life shown. Daniel eyed me questioning. Global markets, I described. Some can't wait dawn. Need brief docs checked pre-call? He asked moment. I paused. Usual would keep work distant from sun as always. But time for new way. Actually, I said, deciding. Want a join call? Might interest. Daniel shocked to real curiosity. Really? You'd want me? I would, I affirmed. Time you view this life side of care. As we returned dining, I caught Camila's approved grin and Blackwell's veiled upset at more proof my pro stand. The night became unforeseen. Cascade reveals reshaping bonds, and not to after drinks, the place quieter, diners thinning back main floor. Giovanni left for kitchen tasks, vowing rejoin final sip. As we neared table, now set with fine glasses and old spirits, I saw NYC notables nod respect my way. Martina. A gray-haired lady in perfect suit neared, air peck both cheeks. Knew it you. Morgan Library Board shifted Wednesday. Conflict UN panel Elena? I greeted ex-state head warm. Wednesday fine. UN Thursday morn. Elena faced Daniel. Your son, Professor. Mom talks you endless. Daniel shook hand, processing another big link. Honor meet, Madam Secretary. Elena, please. Friends here. She eyed Blackwell's polite wonder. Daniel's partner, Camila Blackwell, and parents, Victor and Margaret, I presented from Boston. Blackwell, Elena repeated, mental search. Kin to Senator Blackwell, Massachusetts? Distant relative, Victor answered, Talon and Key. Though family events. How pleasant, Elena said dismissive, placing as power proximity claimers. Back to me. Recalled James retired dinner next month. President confirmed attend. Schedule clear, I promised. Doing keynote. With airpeck, Elena left, leaving heavy quiet. Blackwell seemed awed and uneasy by casual president note. Keynote at president event? Daniel asked, seating. James Chin retires public role, I described. Friends since MIT. Key on tech policy. Margaret bent. No president personal? Crossed at events, I answered vague, no detail advise finance tech rules. DC small in circles. Server came grappa pics, diverting short. As talk to safe, I watched Daniel absorb ongoing uncovers. His look from shock to wonder now to like gratitude. So he said in break, all times you said can't afford were true, I ended. I could, but we as unit had budget I held. Like 13th birthday pricey game setup you said save college. Got for holiday anyway, I recalled after 3 months center volunteer. Said Canadian pay, Daniel remembered. Kin was invest set I owned. But idea mattered. Earned one through other service, not mom check ease. Victor coughed. Creative parent way. His note hinted needless complex not principle. Worked us, I answered plain. Clearly, Camila added, pressing Daniel's hand. Daniel most rooted, caring I met. Now see source. Margaret's grin tightened at implied own parent critique. Varied ways for families, guess. True, I agreed. Outcome show. My phone buzz text. Glance discreet, from Giovanni. Kitchen urgent. Stay back, but Sophia reminds Sunday dinner. Bring Daniel and Camila, I shared, adding, Giovanni sorry, but kitchen need. Hopes tour enjoyed. Fascinating, Victor answered, clear disappoint lose chef access. Maybe later discuss Margaret charity event. Before respond, phone rang, special business urgent tone. Excuse, I said, screen check. Must take, stepping table bit, but earshot deliberate again, I answered. Rivera, my true CFO now, with real Tokyo queries. As spoke, aware Blackwell's listen close, early ignore now schemed curiosity. Yes, give 30% share, but keep ops control, I directed. Asia Reg worries need our direct watch. No yield on ethic invest parts. If resist, note our ESG setup drew them first. I ended call back table. Sorry. Business no meal respect. Sounds big talks, Victor noted, curiosity unchecked. Asia growth, I affirmed. Can finalize tomorrow. Your firm does that scale global in-house, he pushed. Not via bigger bodies. We are bigger body, I amended soft. Rivera Financial manages over $180 billion assets world. Victor near gagged grappa. Number over his public info guess. Mom, Daniel added. Recall Tokyo 11. Near 10:30. Right, I admitted, time check. Should end soon. I'll join, Daniel offered. If observe invite holds. Course, I promised. Camila welcome if sustainable invest practices interest. Love to, Camila eager pre-parent glance. If okay you, no brunch plans tomorrow. Margaret's look stiffened. Actually, hoped private family talk. Hint clear. Needed rethink Daniel tactic post my unexpected plus reveal. Another time I offered smooth, check signal. Server instant. Mrs. Rivera, meal covered by Chef Rossi. No, I protested. We do this each, and I always say. Quite firm. Server sorry continued. Said, tell her, this for Miguel. He'd love tonight's show. Husband notes softened object. Fine. Tell Giovanni settle Sunday. As leave prep, dynamics shifted clear. Blackwell's arrived to judge basic labor mom. Now rethink me and Daniel. Superior gone. Eager respect I found worse than first scorn. Revealing night, Margaret said gathering items. Must host you Boston home soon. Our group fascinated your amazing path. As odd sample to examine, I asked pleasant. Or potential giver to social efforts, Margaret colored. I no mean it's fine, I told her. Underestimated career most. Proved helpful ways you might not guess. Victor tried harm fix. Martina, how night started aside, hope forward better base. Daniel key to Camila, makes you key our family. Bare scheming in tone almost bold transparent. Interesting importance came post-finance learn I noted, pleasant grin hold. One might think link. Daniel hid grin while Camila mortified and justified. Mom, Dad, she firm. Time night end. Mrs. Rivera, Martina, thanks unforgettable night. Pleasure mine, I sincere. And call Martina. After all, I added meaningful parent glance, feel we'll see lots more. Hint daughter-son bond serious sans approve not lost Blackwells. As left placed together, I watched process subtle power change with amuse and care. True character test days ahead. Folks perform grace serving interests, but lasting respect, especially initial dismiss, showed more true self. Meanwhile, Daniel beside, occasional head shake lingered out. Ready Tokyo? I asked light. Ready truth, he answered. Whole this time, Mom. And first decades, felt ready share. Sleek black Mercedes waited curb, regular driver Carlos door open discreet. Another my real-life bit, service late meets airport, never picked Queen's family flat. Evening, Mrs. Rivera, Carlos greeted. Penthouse. Yes, I affirmed. Extra riders tonight. Blackwell's eyed luxury car. Another puzzle fit. Victor's stare on subtle MV headrest logo. Not standard service, but private top setup. Maybe ride share, Margaret eager. Afraid opposite way, I smooth. But happy Carlos said another car. Pre-respond, Camila forward. Actually, if okay, I'd join Daniel your place Tokyo call, she quick. Sustainable parts relevant new eco art show plan, Margaret's look tight. Camila, discuss plans. Talk tomorrow, Mom, Camila cut firm. Unique chance. Pro excuse transparent, but I valued tact. Welcome join, I told her. Room plenty. As Daniel and Camila entered wide back, I short by Blackwell's, promise second car. Door shut, vehicle quiet luxury wrapped. Soft leather, privacy wall, soft light, faint wood scent. Daniel hand over leather. So this actual travel. Only work, I clarified. Toyota fine daily. 15-year Corolla bumper dent. He head shake wonder. All-time thought economic must. We were, I insisted. Choice not need. Carlos traffic smooth as I button privacy rise. Alone, Daniel face thousand I queries. Why? He simple. Why? What exact? I countered. Why split lives? Why hide success? Why Queens flat afford more? All, Daniel said. Whole mislead, not mislead, I soft amend. Separation, with aim. Camila Daniel hand reach. Think beautiful, she offered. Shield him privilege waits. Part, I admitted. But not just shield Daniel. Honor Miguel wishes too. Father mentions softened Daniel look. Dad wanted this, split lives. Pregnant you. Rivera financial lifting I described, watch city lights window flash. Miguel and I long talks raise child growing riches success. He saw rich academic peers kids. In title, reality twist, a peer pressure. Dad from money, right? Daniel asked. Mentioned Madrid family estate sort. Old Spain funds, I affirmed. Not huge, but key advantage. Miguel rejected much pursue thought teach. Believed too comfort dulled ethic vision. So dark on success some ethic lesson. Not dark, I amended. Not spotlight. Wanted you own identity, apart wealth status, find aim work not rewards. By let believe just by, hurt hint voice. By let experience comfort need effort. I clarified resources finite choices impact, not entitle more others by birth luck. Car turned tree street Tribeca, slow near discreet luxury build understated cover uniform door man. This really live? Daniel asked, up elegant old build. Past 15 years, I affirmed. Though kept Queens too, Sunday Dona Carmen's empanada if nothing. As car stopped, Thomas night door moved open. Is this real wear? Daniel asked, stare up. For past 15 years, I confirmed. Though keep Queen's unit, for Sunday Dona Carmen's empanada visits if nothing. As exited, Thomas greeted warm. Evening, Mrs. Rivera. Tell Mr. Patel ready Tokyo call office? Yes. Thanks, Thomas. And add Mr. Rivera, Ms. Blackwell permanent list. Course, ma'am. Lobby understated luxury study. Marble ground, Art Deco lights, fresh blooms, big center vase. Desk concierge nod respect cross private lift serving only top and one other unit. Surreal, Daniel murmured lift up smooth. Learn mom basically Bruce Wayne. That drew laugh me. Hardly, though fond costly tech. Mean Batmobile holiday? He teased, humor hint ready process night reveals. Get always gotten, I answered, match light tone. Thoughtful not lavish and no mom loves. Lift open direct foyer, space bigger whole queens flat, high ceilings, gallery art, floor ceiling windows Hudson City view stun. Daniel froze entry, absorb with wide eyes. Camila soft gasp beside. Welcome home, I quiet. To life kept apart our queen's Sundays. Beautiful, Camila breathed, window move. But not showy. Feels personal. She'd nailed what I aimed design with Miguel years past. Comfort sans excess, quality sans flash, art meaning not invest. Daniel's slow living room, pause photos, never queen show. Me awards, speak meets, stand leaders, business world. Gaze stayed one, young me hold baby Daniel Miguel Armas, 3 laugh son. Never seen photo, he said. Taken Hampton's house, I described. Summer pre-dad death. We Hampton's house. Reveals not done. Still, I affirmed. Kept exact as Miguel alive. Books nightstand. Go and need him clothes. Daniel touch photo soft. All years thought knew you. You do. I promised. Essential me, values, love you. Things matter true. Rest just situation. Phone chime calendar. 15 minutes Tokyo. Quick tour time if interest. Daniel around vast top home life mom built parallel known. Show, he final. Want see all hidden. As guided, weight lift. Burden 30 years compartment ease each door open, story share, peaceful self reveal sun. My office, I said, double doors reveal space, no like small desk queen's corner Daniel saw bill pay fictitious night class grade. Instead, floor ceiling windows glitter Manhattan, 3 big screens custom wood desk. One wall world clocks New York, London, Tokyo, Singapore, Sao Paulo. Another frame mag covers, Fortune, Forbes, Bloomberg, all me interviews profiles years. America's silent billionaire, Daniel read headline, voice weak. Billionaire? Value shifts market, I awkward. But yes, with B. He stuck detail. Finance tech lucrative, I plain. Especially early entry right buys. Camila check credenza photos. Me world heads, tech seers, aid groups support. You with Malala Yousafzai, she asked, point Nobel winner pick. We on education project together, I affirmed. Brilliant youth. Daniel moved covers to awards wall honorary degrees, recognition never shared spaces. Presidential Tech Innovation Medal, he read, Stair Frame Cert Medal. Mom, this country top civilian honor for finance secure work, I described. Help stop major bank cyber hits. He faced me, expression hard red. Ever plan tell any? Question lingered, heavy decades select truths compartment lies. Eventually, I owned, planned explain all 35, age Miguel I set appropriate, when own career identity full. Why 35 exact? When trust access. Another drop. Daniel sank near chair. Trust fund. Voice spare here. Set birthday, I affirmed. Though conditions reflect values, graduated access 35 on, if show meaningful work community give. How much? He asked, then head shake. No, don't. Already to process. Enough secure future sans dictate choices, I careful. Miguel I adamant liberate good work, not trap gold binds. Camila windows, space give intense personal talk. Her tact made appreciate more. Daniel stood walk slow office circle, touch books, check photos, absorb alternate mom version existed always. All times worried you, he final. Late office job, subway home alone night, pennies save retire. And meanwhile, you were, he gesture room, evidence pro-life. Never met worry I soft. But concern me showed character, empathy, will care someone thought less. Qualities Miguel I hoped nurture by let believe lie. By let experience different real, I gentle counter. One sufficiency prize not excess expect. Desk phone soft chime. 2 minutes Tokyo, Mrs. Rivera. Aide voice speaker. Thanks, Sophia. Connect ready. Daniel phone look, then me. Now what? Back pretend Sunday Queen's dinners like none exist? Up you entire. I honest. Now no integrate worlds or keep boundaries served well or middle honor both. Need time, Daniel said. Think means us who thought we. Take need, I promised. Nothing changed till ready. Desk phone chime again. Monitor light Tokyo team faces. Wait conference start. Still want observe? I asked Daniel. He pause, then agree. Yes, want see this you side, hidden. I gesture comfy chairs view monitor sans camera see. Daniel Camila settled I desk place. Posture straight mental shift exec mindset built global finance realm. Good evening, Tokyo team. I greet perfect Japanese. Startle wide-eyed Daniel. Shall start. Next 40 minutes. Led complex talk sustainable invest rules major build project. Seamless switch Japanese. English. Occasional Mandarin diff team add. Daniel Camila used. Son knew me only mid-class lone mom. Girlfriend just grasp family dynamic. Watched direct billions discussion confidence decades operate level. Because course had. Call ends success, I swivel chair face, sudden vulnerable strange. This most true pro self, yet furthest son. So, I light try. That's actual living. Daniel slow head shake, mix all lingered disbelief face. You spoke Japanese Mandarin, negotiated eco protect most firms impossible, Camila added, clear impress. Made non-bargain. Some rules not sale, I answered. No profit potential matter, Daniel stood window walk, gaze city lights. Feel meeting first time, he quiet. Yet values, core you unchanged, right? Not bit, I affirmed, join window. All know believe, value, love, genuine. Only mislead circumstance, not character. He faced me, expression soft. Sunday Queen's dinners. Those real least? Stories childhood there, neighborhood tie? Absolute real, I promised. Did grow neighborhood post-immigration. Those teen spots true. Unit parents preemie. Lived while build our fest startup today. Truth seem comfort. So empanadas dona Carmen's, you Spanish chat old days authentic. I end. Carmen's parents mine friends. She did watch grow. Community links no fake. Foundation who am. Camila near, stand slight apart, unsure intrude family moment. Your mom made remarkable, Daniel, soft. Not just business realm, way succeed sans lose humanity forget came. Extraordinary rare, Daniel glance us, back Tokyo notes still screen. 1,000 more queries he final. Answer all, I vow, start breakfast tomorrow stay tonight. 3 guest rooms ready. He pause, agree. Like that. Wake your real home, see this life day. Me too, Camila add. If right, more right, I promise both. As showrooms, strange mix relief apprehend. Careful 30 years boundaries dissolved one night. What rise place remains see, but first Miguel death, felt possible true blend, whole self with most matter person life. 3 weeks later, stood penthouse kitchen, careful stir sofrito pot, garlic onion pepper herb aroma base mom recipes. Familiar act centered prep tonight key gather. Tonight first traditional Sunday circle include Daniel full informed not occasional guest limited pretense. More key, he asked bring Camila and surprising her parents. Since reveal meal Rossi's, much change. Daniel Day's process new family circumstance grasp, alternate long me talks reflective quiet. Toward Hampton's house, that I envisioned Ray's pre-untimely death. Visited foundation offices, startled discover admired pro-programs quiet fund own mom. Through Camila's steadfast support. Own privilege roots, give unique insight choices made. Your mom gave greatest gift, told one hard talk, chance becomes self sans wealth define choices. Blackwell's meanwhile remarkable transform approach me. Gone superior, replace eager friend respect bids. Victor called 3 invest chances thought interest. Margaret invited join family small arts fund board. Deflected both polite firm. Doorbell rang, thoughts interrupt. Thomas voice intercom. Miss Rivera, Chef Rossi Mrs. Rossi arrived. Send up, I answered, clock glance. Giovanni typical early, likely eager kitchen help. Lift doors open moments, reveal Giovanni Sofia gift spare, rare Barolo bottle, Italian pastry basket. Martina. Giovanni hug warm. Prodigal son back with girlfriend her parents. Yes, drama. Brought extra wine case survive dull Boston talk. Sophia sweat son arm disapprove. Behave, Giovanni. Martina needs aid. Not trouble. She faced me knowing smile, though prepared special art history queries test Blackwell girl knowledge. Must ensure deserves Daniel. I laugh, grateful protect instincts. Camila wonderful. Promise. Her parents need scrutiny. One's nose down till new bank. Sophia scoff. Recall type early restaurant days, price check pre-menu, judge all clothes accents. People change, I diplomatic. People pretend, Sophia amend. See which tonight. As Giovanni unpack wine ad, lift chime again. This James Chin, old MIT mate current venture magnate with wife May, noted piano artist. Famous dinner final truth include, James announce, hug me. Only 30 years. Better late never, may add, present small wrap gift. Little mark occasion. Within 20 minutes, rest inner circle arrive. Rosa, first hire now COO. David, Nobel Econ advised market drops. Elena, ex-state head appear Rossi's fateful night. And Thomas, long-served driver become family decades. These new real me, not success, but struggles sacrifices behind. Supported Miguel death, celebrate RFS wins, understand Daniel Raisway. Some even rolls his life as mom colleagues family friends, never reveal actual prominence true timey. As prep dining together, tradition lean days household staff unthinkable, lift chime more. Must Daniel, I said, straighten simple linen dress, casual design, dinner always substance overlook. But doors open, Blackwell's emerge first, Victor Margaret uncomfortable over dress formal wear, Margaret clutch flashy orchid set, Victor carry seam costly bubbly bottle. Martina, Margaret air peck near cheeks. Home absolute stun. So subtle. Love minimalist style. Victor push bubbly forward. Dom Perignon 2008. Great year. Pre-respond, Giovanni appear beside. Bubbly. Thoughtful. Add collection future event. Tonight Barolo with Brasato, Brunello roast. Menu demands Italian wines. Margaret's smile waver slight dismiss pricey offer, Victor unsure offend or impress Giovanni authority tone. Victor Margaret, recall Giovanni Rossi I smooth. And Mother Sophia, original food genius Rossi's. Sophia assess unvarnished direct. Very formal family meal, she observe. We dress comfort, not photos. Margaret glanced down designer dress, then my simple linen Sophia practical pants tunic. Unsure protocol. Protocol authenticity, James Chin insert, join group. Martina Sunday meals connection, not impression control. I quick remaining intros, watch Blackwell expression shift realize room people combined sway dwarf Boston whole social list. Elena diplomatic back rescue skillful guide easy talk topics. Lift chime again, this Daniel Camila. He jeans simple shirt, standard Sunday queens wear. She took cue, casual sundress comfy not calculated. Mom. Daniel hug warm. Sorry late. Stopped Dona Carmen's dessert. He up familiar white box. Tres leches cake. She love sends. Simple gesture honor queen's tradition, even penthouse gather, brought unexpected I tears. Perfect I manage, squeeze hand thanks. Camila hug next. All smells amazing. Help anything? Just self I quiet tell. All ask dinners. As Daniel room way, greet friends comfortable familiar someone known life, because course had, I observe Margaret watch daughter interact easy distinguish group. Camila seems home, I comment, join her. Always adaptable, Margaret answer, tone suggest quality often frustrate. Though admit never expect fit natural this world because assume Daniel less. Margaret grace embarrassed look. Assumptions now regret. All judge incomplete info. I allow. Character test how just new info emerges. Pre-respond, Sophia announced dinner ready. Moved dining table. Long rustic piece Miguel I found flea market decades past. Now surround eclectic chairs, tell evolve circle story. As all places find, I stand table head, sudden overcome moment significance. 30 years maintain separate lives. Success business titan middle class lone mom. Now worlds collide sun intersection. Pre-begin, I said, glass raise, toast new starts old truths. My son Daniel, remarkable grace understand family expand, all you respect support choices years. Daniel glass return. And mother taught true wealth nothing money everything values. As clinked, cock Camila watched parents' reactions. Victor seemed genuine moved Margaret appear reassess fundamental worldview. Conversation flow easy past platters family style. Another tradition surprise Blackwells used formal service caliber gathers. Topics global econ local politics, art shows science breaks, all contribute regardless pro back. Noted Daniel explains something Victor animated gestures, while Camila Elena deep cultural preserve talk. Even Margaret seemed genuine engaged Sophia early immigrant NYC stories. Meal halfway, Giovanni stand dramatic. Propose another toast truth reveal pretenses drop. Make courage genuine, even inconvenient. Pointed Blackwell glance not subtle, but glasses raised nonetheless. To authenticity, Victor echo, meet eyes direct perhaps first, and humility lessons, some need more others. Not full acknowledge initial superior, but start, recognition perspective shift. As evening progress dessert coffee, found Daniel beside terrace, both momentary escape lively inside group. So, he said, watch below city lights, this what Sunday dinners really always. Not just you me mofongo queens, but extended family created. Different settings, same values, I answer. People here tonight support system pre-born. Understood raise you away this. Understand now too, he quiet. Grateful, mom, not just material secure provided unknown, but freedom becomes self sans burden expectations wealth often brings. He glanced back windows Camila laughed James May. Think why Camila I connect deep. She's fought those golden vines whole life. Remarkable, I agree. And parents learning. Daniel and slow but learning nonetheless. As rejoin group coffee, watched easy interact former separate worlds. Pro circle, son, girlfriend, even once Judge Blackwell's, all find common ground authentic talk. 30 years compartmentalization dissolved, replace more integrated, honest, ultimately liberating all. Miguel approve. Thanks so much for your attention. Kindly drop a comment rating 0 to 10. Sign up for updates and pass this tale to a buddy.